everybody, it's me Denise back again for another week of Journal in a Box collaboration with Kristin Van Valkenburg and myself. So this week we are finishing up some of our pages. So we are adding to what was sent to us by the other person. So in this video I will complete half of the pages, and then next week, which is our last week, will be the remaining pages. So right now I am just taking, first I had an embossing folder and I embossed one of the circles, and now I am taking a die from Memory Box and it's Lorelai Leaf Poppy, and I'm just cutting out that in one of the circles. And then I just take some black cardstock and die cut some circles. I'm not even sure, like at this point in the video, I'm not even sure if I'm going to use them or not. It's just I had everything out and I thought I would cut some just in case. Not sure if I said the name of this die early in the video, and I'm already not sure of what I've said. This is by Poppy Stamps and it's called Swirly Loop. And this is a very old Sizzix machine. I have no idea how old it is, but geez, it's pretty old. It's, I would say, for me having it, it's probably getting close to, I don't know, somewhere between 15-20 years, probably closer to 20. So now I'm taking a Making Memories circle cutter and I'm taking 2 of the circle pages and I'm going to don't have a heart attack. I'm going to cut out circles in the center of 2 of the big circles. And it's worth it in the end, you will see. It did pay me a little to cut into that one though. But at least you can still see some of the pretty painty stuff around the edges. So for the circles, I cut the first one, I cut that circle out to 3 1/8, and on the gold circle, I cut that one 2 7/8. And now I'm taking some plastic packaging. This is just something, I don't know what was in there. I don't know if it was an stamp set or die cuts, I'm not sure, but that's all it is. It's just packaging that something came in. So what I plan on doing is creating a little shaker card or shaker circle or shaker page, whatever you want to call it. So the idea is I am going to fill it with, remember in the last video I showed you some of the stuff that Kristin sent me? There were circles and some like stars from, I don't know, the word's escaping me, but you know, it's like plasticky stars, like confetti type stuff, and some rhinestones. So I'm going to put that inside of this plastic and sandwich it in between the 2 circles. Now I didn't want the backs of the circles to be white because you are going to see it from both sides. So I decided to take my mermaid markers and color the back sides of them. I'm taking my Deco Color gold pen or marker and just adding some dots and lines to the circles. And to close the bag, I'm just using double-sided sticky tape. If you're confident, you didn't even have to do this because I'm going to sandwich it in between the two pages and then take it to my sewing machine. But I decided to do it just in case, I don't know, just in case. Just to keep it in place so I didn't have to worry about, you know, dropping it and or it's just falling out. So there was a bit too much in there because I want it to have room to move around, because that circle is going to be a lot smaller once the pages are sewn. So I wanted there to be room. So see, I just sewed around the inner circle and then did a stitch around the edge. I didn't want to add too much to these because to me that was the main element, was making that a shaker. So I'm taking that die cut that you saw me cut in the beginning of the video and I'm adding it to this side. I love the way the teal popped against the pink and the purple. It looks so pretty. And then I just added some stickers. Remember, out of limitation comes creativity. These are just some Tim Holtz small talk stickers, I believe they're called. Okay, so for the back side, I end up just adding a quote all around the circle. I'm just showing you that I go into Instagram and my saved quotes folder and I choose a quote. And it says, "The fears we don't face become our limits." And I didn't do like all different lettering like I tend to do in my collage work. This one, I just wanted it to be all the same and keep it simple. And instead of doing the highlighting with the white pen, I didn't want to add another color. So I just took a very fine micron pen and did the same thing off to the side of the letters. So I did the left side and bottom. Okay, so now we're going back to that page that I embossed in the beginning of the video, and I am taking some Art Alchemy Opal Magic wax in the color Turquoise Satin, and I'm just rubbing it all over the page and going lightly over the design. So I'm trying to only hit the raised section of the embossing. And then I'm going to go in with this Deco Color marker and some Jelly Roll pens and maybe, yep, a Posca paint pen as well. And luckily I was able to put a quote on top of the wax. I was really skeptical if it was going to work or not, but it stayed in place. So I am writing the quote, "Be yourself and you can be anything." And now that I'm looking at it, I could have just left it all black, but I was afraid you weren't going to be able to read it very well. But now I can see that it's easy to read. So I'm just coloring in the word you with a Posca paint pen and then taking a jelly roll in white to highlight "Be Yourself." And then I'll take the pink jelly roll to trace "and." I'm not sure. I think I do. Yep, I do "can be" as well. And then I take the green for "anything." And then I add a butterfly. It's a die cut, and I didn't jot down the name of it, so I'll add it in the description box below the video. Okay, this next one caused me a lot of grief. No matter what I didn't like it. So I'm taking some Versamark and adding some Wow embossing powder in fluorescent pink, and I'm doing that to the entire die cut, but I did not do it to the words "keep the." And then I added more Versamark just to the word "vision" and added some glitter. The glitter is just, I had this big pack, I think it's from Recollections at Michael's. I'm not sure, I've had it for quite some time. And I don't use glitter very often, like hardly ever at all. I could probably get rid of all my glitter and I would never notice it, but you know, of course I can't bring myself to get rid of it. So I decide to color the words "keep the" with the Posca pen, which then led me to color the circle that I had already embossed because I felt like it should be the same. I didn't like that, so I thought maybe the background was too busy, so I added some big circles in white, and those stencils are just handmade stencils that I did myself, and it's just construction paper, that's it. So then I end up adding doodles to the circles, which probably didn't help in trying not to make things look so busy, but I just felt like they needed an outline. And if I had it back, I would have just did the black outline and not add the gold. I like it there. And I'm thinking, like, as I was watching and editing this video, I think it's the words "keep the" that bother me about this page. Because everything else I like. So if I had it back, I would not add those two words. I would have just left it at "vision" and that was it. But I did add them, and I'm not going to peel them off now because it'll wreck the background. So I tried doing my little thing with a black pen. I didn't like that, so I colored that over again. I went in with the gold paint pen and colored in the ring and added some highlights to the words, and I didn't like that. So then I decided to go in with some Liquitex bright aqua green paint, and well, let's just say I'm not happy with this page, but I am done with this page. We're not on speaking terms. Maybe in a couple weeks it'll be better, but yeah, it is what it is, and I'm not touching it anymore. Sometimes you just have those pages where it just doesn't work. Okay, now this one worked. This one I love. And I loved it right from the beginning, just with the doodles that Kristin already had on there. I just love them. I love her doodles. So I decided to take the Crafters Workshop stencil, Mini Stones Divided, and I'm also taking their light and fluffy modeling paste and adding some Art Alchemy metallic paint in Mermaid Teal. And I'm mixing those two together and it creates this beautiful colored modeling paste. And that is what I will apply through that Mini Stones Divided stencil. And I love this as is. Like, I had a hard time knowing what else I wanted to do to this because I didn't want to wreck it. I thought about coloring in some of the striped doodles, but I was just afraid to. And I really like the look of the black and white with the modeling paste. And then when I added this die cut, and this is from Mischief Circus, by the way, that red just really popped against the background. And so that's all I do. I add in that image from Mischief Circus and I take some words also from Mischief Circus. And then I called that page done. It was a little hard to glue down the image with the modeling paste on there, so there are some wrinkles in her face, but it's okay. I still like it. And the quote I used, I pieced together the words to make "I am about to fly." And then I also took one of those circles that I die cut in the beginning of the video to encircle the word fly. And that is it for this page and the first half of my pages. So next week you will see the rest of them. So right now I want you to head over to Kristin's YouTube channel, and I'll link it down below, and go see what she does for her pages. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.